for entertainment purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
Hello, everyone.
Yo.
What's up? Welcome to Keanvenient Truth. Back on another Sunday.
Episode 81.
81.
This episode is the first episode being streamed live on TikTok as well. So
Wait, was the episode 81 or 82? Were you trying to figure out?
No, 81.
Oh, okay, those were all the ones that are good. That's the actual. I thought they were the previous ones. That's what I thought you had me looking at.
No.
Oh,
this
okay.
this one right now
is 81.
Is 81 on TikTok.
Cool.
Live.
Cool.
Live.
Very cool. Man, I just so earlier today, I was folding laundry, getting ready for our travels. And I started playing some music, and then I was like, let me actually Google to see what some of the best soundtracks are that I can listen to right now, because movie soundtracks are fucking some of them just crush it. Some of them I'd rather listen to all day versus any other.
The whole movie soundtrack? It's usually just a couple songs.
The Drive movie soundtrack, that movie Drive with Ryan Gosling, that whole soundtrack is the shit.
Yeah.
So
because there's no, he doesn't even talk in that movie, right?
No, he's brilliant. He's quiet the whole movie.
Music.
It's music and editing and just art and creativeness. That movie's phenomenal. But anyway, so I was like, all right, what are the greatest soundtracks of all time, right? And so I go to Rolling Stone's list because they're, Rolling Stone. And so the greatest soundtracks of all time, the top five. Actually, okay.
This is what you did today while
I was folding laundry, doing all of our laundry. What do you want me to do while I fold laundry? Sit there and just fold laundry? I'm going to fold laundry and listen to some music. Is that okay? Does that mean that I didn't do anything? I'm packing for the whole house to leave on Tuesday.
You're not packing my shit. I know
that. Your stuff. Sorry. I'm packing for me, my daughter, our dog. Yes, that's basically the whole house minus you. Anyway, so as I was packing for the whole house and getting ready for our trip on Tuesday, top 10 greatest soundtracks of all time. Number 10, Wild Style. I've never even heard of that movie. 1983. Hip hop. I got to check it out.
Well, that's why it's number 10.
9, American Graffiti. Which, you know what? I haven't actually watched that movie.
Never heard of it.
Really?
No.
All right, that's weird. The Graduate, great movie, great soundtrack. I agree. Have you seen The Graduate?
I've probably seen it, but I don't. I mean, it came out in 1968.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know. I don't think I've seen that. No.
Really?
No. Continue on.
Okay, you actually have to watch it. It's a great movie. Number 7,
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. I mean, that's
that was a good soundtrack.
That was an amazing soundtrack. That's a soundtrack that will go down in history forever. Number 6, Superfly. I've never seen Superfly, 1972.
See, that's an old ass movie too.
Superfly. Yeah. But I feel like I would love that soundtrack, so now I have to put it on. 5, Saturday Night Fever. So I got to tell you, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of disco.
But their disco was it was different.
Saturday Night Fever? All the music in that. Have you seen Saturday Night Fever?
Well, it's because it was who sings that song? I forget.
Night Fever. That one?
Yeah.
You know how to win.
But it's all from the same group.
Oh, the Bee Gees. That's right.
The Bee Gees.
I fucking was at the Bee Gees studio. I freaking recorded. Not me, but I actually went with my best friend and our other best friend to actually the Bee Gees studio, because one of my best friends knows the Bee Gees engineer, and he brought us to the Bee Gees house. And in the back, they have a studio back there, and we just stayed there all hours of the night and just made music
The Bee Gees had a house. Like it's like
in Miami.
they live there.
Not like all of them, but
Oh.
like one of the
All right.
people from the Bee Gees.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. All right. Number 4, A Hard Day's Night, 1964. Original motion picture soundtrack to the Beatles. I've never seen that.
Well, I think it's a movie about the Beatles,
Mm.
which is why it's such a good soundtrack. Because it's
Number 3, The Harder They Come, 1972. Never seen that either.
never heard of it.
Me neither.
Number 2. Wow.
Number 2, Help.
Right.
I need somebody.
No,
help.
the Beatles movie.
Another Beatles.
That
Beatles
doesn't-
made number 2.
These don't really count because they're movies about.
1965. But number 1.
You know the number?
I know it.
Oh.
Best all-time soundtrack ever.
Don't even say Drive. Is it?
No, it's not Drive.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. That movie and that soundtrack, actually, you can't fuck with Prince. So
Yeah, that's a good album.
you can't. Even the Beatles couldn't fuck with
I
Prince.
feel like I could probably have made a better list than that, though. I guess I just don't know half of those movies. So
yeah, I'm
it's
gonna
like-
check them out actually now because now I'm curious. But Drive didn't make. I didn't see Drive on any part of this list.
That's what I'm saying. This is like for like.
But I
old
didn't.
school
I didn't like
people.
look through everything. No,
Yeah.
A Star Is Born was on there with Lady Gaga.
Oh, Star Was Born. I didn't see that.
That's like number
What?
like 70 something.
Oh, that wasn't even top 10.
No.
Oh my god, that movie was amazing.
There's lots of movies out there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, so
what's up? What's
Yeah.
going on in your world? What are you obsessing over now?
I'm over the drones in New Jersey. Like,
Okay, they're
mean-
done. You're done with them.
not done. I mean,
Are they
apparently
still out
it's
there?
still going on, I guess,
Mm.
but I'm not as concerned about it anymore just because I'm like, it's like I don't it's too cliche for anything to happen on like Christmas, and I think it's more about like just like getting people distracted before the inauguration or something, and then maybe there's like
But do you think the drones are ours? They're ours.
oh yeah, I think so.
Got it.
I think so, yeah. And if anything, they're there to just kind of keep people distracted and fearful of like, oh, maybe there's some shit, and then maybe this is the beginning of some like up.
My mic.
Yeah, I know. We'll so mess with it.
Oh, fucking
Yeah, and
soul.
you know,
Come on.
I know.
Jeez.
Just gotta
Kid comes in
keep
here.
that tightened up there. Yeah, that's it
All
for now. It happened just before you came in.
Oh
here,
my
so-
god. All
and
right.
then she ran away. She's
Now I
like,
gotta be still.
"Fuck your shit up. See you later. Good luck."
Ugh, kids.
Yeah, no. So, anyways, yeah, not onto that anymore. No, what have I been into this week? I've actually been just really focusing this week on just doing my thing, working out a lot. Because we're training for this.
Oh yeah, we're
run.
training for a 5K.
That's not till summertime, but like neither of us really run.
June
so, like,
14th to be exact, but I actually don't run. Like, I mean, I've
I
never
don't.
ran.
Neither of us run.
The most I've ran was when I played softball in high school. I'm 43, and they would put bench runners in for me whenever I was a great hitter, and I was a great, first base person. But
Person.
whenever
First baseman.
first baseman, whenever I got to like hit and then I ran to first base, they'd be like, "Hey," and then I'd be like, "All right, bye, I did my job," and then I would just go sit back at the bench while the other girl who ran really well could make it to home.
That's the best. Of
And
all
they
worlds.
called me
You just get to
grandma.
hit.
My coaches called me grandma. They were like, "Grandma."
Wow.
Yeah.
When you were, how old were you?
I was in high school. I was like 14, 15, 16, 17.
Damn.
Because I played all years.
Wow.
I was good at everything else, but not running. So anyway, I've been running and it feels phenomenal. I don't know if anyone listening to this runs, or maybe you're thinking about running, or I don't know, but I got to tell you, I am quite enjoying it. This thing is happening now that when I run, and by run, I mean jog, like I have a good rhythm jogging.
Yeah.
But when I'm jogging, I'm looking at the ground and I'm just like, I don't know, there's something about the ground with all the cracks in it and everything that just like, it's like mesmerizing. And then I just am like, this is easy. This feels, because it's almost like I like dissociate or something. I like disconnect and I'm not even like, it's like my whole body feels light suddenly. And but it's like it's like a high almost. It's like a
Well,
really
I
good
think that's
feeling.
what they call the runner's high, right? You hit a certain point where you're, you know, past the, like, feeling any kind of pain or anything, and you're just like floating.
It goes away. So it's very similar then to a cold plunge,
Yeah.
right? Like when we're doing a cold plunge, like the first time I get in, I'm like, holy fuck, like I'm dying, you know? And then after the breathing, then I'm like zoned out, and then I don't feel anything except for numb.
My own thing about running is like the purpose of it now. You know, it's like there's really no purpose of running unless you're like some sort of athlete or you're doing, obviously it's like healthy, but I mean, I've been doing a half mile to a mile for like the past, I don't even know, like 30 years on like a little treadmill just to kind of warm up. That's what I do, and that's it. And for me, I'm like, all right, got the heart rate up, got it going, right? And then get to the workout. And that's like, maybe once a week or something. But like, there's no, like, where are people running to these days? Like, we're not running from tigers anymore, you know?
Yeah, but there's so many numerous positive effects, such as improved cardiovascular health, stronger bones, better mood, weight management, reduced stress, boosted immune system, enhanced cognitive function, and potentially lowered risk of chronic disease.
Yeah. I mean,
To me, that's a score.
what I'm saying is I just think like that there's many methods to get to that
Yeah,
essential runner's high.
but don't say that there's no point of running when there actually is a point of running.
I'm saying
There's
in
several
my
points of running.
mind, the way that I'm thinking is like there are multiple ways to get to. For me, it's about that where you're talking about getting to that point of
Right.
like
So for you,
whatever. So if
running
I could
doesn't
do
it.
that with a cold plunge, or if I could do that with like either lifting weights or doing something sauna, that's my method, of getting to that same place mentally,
Yeah, but I'm not even just trying to get to that place mentally. I'm also trying to like physically be like in a great position. Like
Right.
look at my butt. Just look at from the side. I'm serious.
Show
Look
the
at-
show the camera.
Well, no one can tell the difference, but
Wait.
but you can look at it from the side. From the side angle. Come on, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look a little plumpier?
Okay, yeah.
Are
Yeah.
are you just saying that? Don't
Well, I can't
bullshit
really
me.
tell in these pants. They're all
The
like
pants is
too
actually
big,
what
too
actually makes
baggy.
it. I feel like
They're very
look,
baggy.
like you don't see the plump from here.
Your butt has looked better in other pants.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I saw a plump, and so I'm like, oh my god, it's like making my bottom thicker.
Well, you're working on your legs. See, this is great for you because you don't really work out a lot, right? So like
No.
this is a great overall body workout. Plus it gets you to that mental state.
Oh, feels good.
And plus you're like practicing to achieve a goal, which is to do the 5K, right? So it's like it's a great thing for you.
My goal
for
is
me,
not so much to so my goal is not to jog and run the whole 5K. I just want to be clear. My goal is to just jog even like if I get to even a mile, okay, and a half of jogging straight,
just straight and nonstop. Yeah.
I've literally blown my own mind.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
And so then I'm like, yeah, like that. Then I'm just like, this is amazing for me. Like nobody else can cares, but like for me, it's like a really big deal. And then I'm fine if I walk the rest, but I'll have a moment where I'm like, I'm gonna run again, because I don't want to walk the whole way. I want to walk just to kind of get it, get some downtime and then keep jogging again.
My plan with this whole thing is to kind of keep with the pack with our friends and stuff and just hang out and just stroll down there.
Addie's gonna run.
No, she's not. She already told me. She's like, I mean, I will. I don't care, but like, I'd rather just kind of hang out with everybody and just walk down there together. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And you and your dad will be
Steph's
like,
gonna run. I know that bitch is gonna run.
Oh.
She's highly competitive.
Okay. I hope she's
And
training. Is she training?
Yes, but she's already run a 5K.
She has?
Yes.
Oh shit. All right.
Steph's gonna beat all of us.
Yeah, I'm giving up the competition part in my brain on this one because I know I don't have enough time for training and I don't have the drive to want to do it enough to like actually win the thing. Because if I go into something, I want to win it. But I know I'm not going to win this, which is okay.
Is it okay? Because now
No.
you're like, I don't care because I'm not going to win.
No, I am okay with it, but I'm still training because I know it's still going to be like not easy. Like that's a long, even if I walk the whole thing, it's a long walk, right?
That's a New York walk. That's a New York City walk.
All right.
Literally.
All right. Well, whatever. So maybe I'll run some of it too, but like I've already mentally separated from the competition part of it, and like, because if I start getting into that side of my brain, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna be running multiple times a day,
That's what I'm
training
saying,
at the
though. For
gym
you, there's no
because I gotta
middle-
fucking win that bitch.
There's no middle gray area.
No,
It's either
no.
all or nothing with you.
Yeah, what's the point?
What? That's like not the healthiest thought process.
when it comes to competition, yeah.
I guess when it comes to competition, but like life is not like, I mean, it's like
I
not
just
everything's
told
a
you I'm
competition.
okay with just not having a competition and just going with the
And
flow.
then just walking. But my thing is, why can't you still jog or run, but just like do it because it's something that you really don't want to do? So you're going to push yourself to do it, which actually creates more self-esteem, more encouragement on yourself, more empowerment.
Because
more
once
everything.
again, because I already do those things. I sit in the sauna for 20
You
minutes.
do the same shit that you're comfortable doing all the time. I'm talking about doing something that you're not comfortable doing and pushing yourself to do that.
I'm already doing it at the gym. I'm training.
You go to the gym. You like to go to the gym.
No, but I'm doing it on the treadmill. So like I don't ever do the treadmill. But now I'm doing 1 to 2 miles every single time I go. I hate it. Don't want to do it. Every day I'm like, great, this is going to take up 15 minutes of my life running fucking nowhere. But I've been doing it. So it's the process of the training.
That's why I don't like the treadmill, because you're right. You are running nowhere on a treadmill, but outside running, that's like, it's great. I like see stuff, it's like you're smelling the air. There's people around. There's stuff to look at. There's distractions.
You're just like,
yeah, you're going. You're going in a nice pace.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. You need to
Listen,
actually
it's different.
run outside in the real world and not
I've
run
done
on
that
this damn
too.
treadmill.
Actually, outside is harder. So you're doing it the right way. It's like if you did whatever you do, like a mile, 2 miles, or whatever, outside, if you did it on a treadmill, you could do 3 probably. It's a piece of cake.
I'm running outside in 17-degree weather.
Yeah, that's another part of it too. Like,
hold on, gets better with all right, so I got my sneakers, I got my sweatpants, then I have a t-shirt, then I have a hoodie sweatshirt over.
You got the
then
dog.
I have my black long friggin' winter jacket, right? Then I have a hat. Then I have my dog Cash, right? Who I have his thing leash around my wrist. Then I have my phone in my pocket so I can listen to music while I'm running. Now I got this fucking guy wanting to hold me back because he wants to smell shit, and I'm still like, okay. So now what's happening is I'm jogging, but now I got resistance, okay? And I'm pulling.
You treat it as like
it's resistance
training.
Yep. So now I have resistance.
It's harder.
And we're going up a hill. This fucking guy wants to smell someone else's piss. So now I have to talk. Now I'm like, Cash, let's go. And I'm running and jogging. You know what I'm saying? This is like the best training. It really is.
And you're just like dragging his
dragging
ass.
him. I'm like, Cash, let's go. Going. Breathing.
That is actually probably the best, because you know, if you didn't have him, you'd easily get into the zone, you know, but this is like you're trying to still stay in the zone, but you got somebody fucking with you.
I got this guy literally giving me resistance.
So then it's even harder to stay in the zone.
Yes, and I'm going up hills with everything I just said.
Listen, good for you. I think that's great. Not everybody wants to do that shit, you know?
It's not about wanting.
I'm one that doesn't want to do it.
It's about, I don't want to do it, but you know what I'm saying to myself is, I'm excited to do something that I typically would never do before. And I'm excited to push myself in a direction that I've never pushed myself in. And then a thought came into my mind actually just today. Because today I like really pushed myself and I was super psyched about it. I even yelled outside, like in public. I was like, yes! Neighbors were there. I'm with Cash. I was like, yes! Like really psyched.
When you got home? Like when
no,
you
like
finished
out
it?
in the street.
As you're running?
Yeah, well, because I'm like, I look at like where to go. So if I see something from far away, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jog all the way to that house over there, or that car, and then I'll do it, and then I make it. I'm like, like I'm so psyched. So then I get back home, and the thought that came up in my head was, I'm 43 years old. My dad loves to run. My dad's going to be 75. I would love, and I don't want to get emotional saying this, but I would love more than anything to be able before this guy dies to like have this bond with him where now we're like running together.
Mm,
I don't know, man. I just like it just like really brings tears to my eyes. I feel like it would just be so great for just like it just like makes me so happy. So now I'm like even more like this is cool.
that's great.
Yeah,
So you should actually get that Nike Run app then,
I
because
should.
this is why, right? You just focus on yourself for the next 6 months to a year. Keep
Hmm.
doing what you're doing, and then tell your dad one day, be like, "Listen, get this app and we can share." And then he'll start seeing, "Holy shit, she is fucking doing this stuff."
Yeah, because he won't believe me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's
good,
wonderful.
good for you.
So
You know,
that's
like,
our running
listen, I
5K.
already do all types of shit on a daily
You
basis
do
that
the
I don't
same
want to
shit
do.
over and over again. You do
No,
the
no,
same stuff that you do. You do what you're comfortable doing. That's what you do. You go to the
comfortable.
Bodhi spa. You go to the cold plunge of the Bodhi spa. You go to the gym. You go to yoga. You go to what else?
Every day I do the freaking 30 seconds after my fucking hot shower. It's freezing out, and I turn that shit to ice.
You do that.
You know, it's like I've already implemented many things that I don't like doing,
Yeah, so
and I
now
do
it's your
them all the
norm.
time,
Yeah.
right? So like I don't really want to implement any more new shit right now. Like maybe I will soon, but I'm good.
Really? I actually think it's time for you to. You
Well,
gotta like loosen up.
first off, I am doing it. I am doing the running thing. I don't run, right? So now every time I go to the gym, I'm adding an extra like 15 to 20 minutes into my workout because I don't fucking want to do that shit, but I know you're doing it. So you're kind of motivating me. And then I want to like be able to make it through this thing without dying. And, I'll just keep going and we'll see.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing it all at the gym. And then when the day comes, it's like,
Then
Probably
you're just
just
gonna run
probably just
outside.
walk.
It's a
Just
whole
walk outside. I'll just do the walk.
Wait, you're running on the treadmill and spending an extra 15 to 20 minutes at the gym running, but on the day of the 5K, you're gonna fucking walk like a bitch the whole time?
Yeah.
After you've been literally on the treadmill running?
This is it. We'll see where I'm at. I'm not putting any pressure on it.
You're
So
too
right now,
competitive to do that.
I know this. Well, I'm gonna see. Really, my top secret plan here is, and I didn't really want to say this because it's more internal thing,
Okay.
is like I'm going to do this for like the next month or so and see where I get. If I can keep getting better and better, then in a month from now, I might be like, I'm gonna win this bitch. And I might flip it, but I don't want to put any pressure on the situation because I don't really like doing it, so we'll see.
I already know you're gonna go into it with that thought process, and then you're gonna get so competitive so what you're gonna want to do is you may know that you're probably not gonna be able to win for our age range because there's some fit motherfuckers out here
At our age, you think?
You will not win for our age. Did you see the runners in last year's race?
Were they our age or they were younger?
Bro, those runners were anywhere from at least 20 to like 80 years old, and even the 80-year-old ran more than freaking. Okay, there's no way in the 40-year-old, what's probably what 30s to something, like I don't know, but like there's no way someone's beating us, right? But what
I
I
got
think
6 months to train.
no, there's no way. But what I think you are gonna do is I think you're gonna go into it with this competitive thing of wanting to beat my dad. I think that's what you'll do.
No, I don't care. I'd want to just beat you.
But you know you're gonna beat me. You know I'm okay with that. I just want to just do it for myself.
See, this is what I can't wrap my head around the whole running thing. It's like there's nobody. I don't care about it because I'm running. I could just drive down there. I could take a scooter down there. Like we're living in the fucking 21st century. Like where are we running?
My thing is this. Have you ever actually like ran for like 2-3 miles outside? Jogged. Long
straight
distance.
ran the
Yeah.
whole time? Run the whole time?
Yeah, like what you're doing on the treadmill. Have you ever done that outside?
I probably not for a long time.
Okay.
Like
so my
30
thing
years
is
ago.
that how can you say that you don't like it if you've never actually done it that way? That's like me saying I don't like chicken if I've never tried chicken.
Because I'm like, I mean, if you run a half mile outside, what changes after a half mile,
I'm
2
telling you,
miles?
that mental state.
But I already know what that mental state
Yeah,
is.
but that mental state is what literally changes your whole perspective on running. Like then you're just like like zoned. Like this is and then it's like, oh my God, it's like you're in a whole new world. But you've never tried it. So you can't really sit there and like shit on it.
There's many ways to get to that mental state. If it's all about the mental state, I'll get there. I've already been there.
I personally, since I live with you, think that you may want to try it because I think that running is something that you can do a little more often that'll help your mood. And I think that it'll be really beneficial.
Well, the other day when I ran 2 miles, I mean, my mood didn't change.
Because you're running on a treadmill in a fucking gym. It's boring as fuck.
All
Like,
right, so
go out in nature.
So what we're talking about? It's the mental state, and then also being out in nature. Is that what you're saying? Like, so
Because
it's the combination.
You know what nature does. You know how important being in nature is for just the body, the mind, the soul, everything. You know, you're like connected to it when you're running. Like, it's so great.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the next month goes. Plus, it's like cold out there. I don't know how you're doing.
Yeah, it was 17 degrees today. I was in it.
Yeah, no, I wanted to talk about this other thing. So I briefly mentioned it to you, but it was this baby that was born outside of the womb.
Now, where did this happen?
I'm not sure.
What?
Let's pull this up.
You're gonna talk about it, but not even have the. Is the audio gonna cut off on our
There's
end?
no audio on this one. This is just an article.
Oh, okay.
Where?
Test tube. Where's the world? No, the world's first test tube baby was in 1978.
Yes, but this is in innovative fertility technology using stem cells to help an embryo mature outside the body has resulted in the world's first live human birth. Game 2, the company that Game 2.
You just said that exactly how it's spelled. It's so funny.
Game 2?
I mean, it could be Game Toe, it could be Gamato, it could be,
The company that developed the approach says it's faster, safer, and more accessible than conventional IVF. So
again, it doesn't say anywhere in there where. I mean, I know that the company is that
breakthrough
Gamato or whatever it is, but in what country, in what state, in what?
I mean, Gamato sounds like the baby looks Asian, right?
Oh, that's racist.
Well, it does.
Yeah, but you can't just look at a newborn baby, and say that they look. I mean, like, baby could be anything. It's a newborn baby. All newborn babies look like fucking aliens. Besides my precious little thing.
Right. Anyways, I don't know exactly where, but really what I wanted to talk about, not so much about this. I mean, that's like, okay. Everybody's going to be like, oh my God, yeah, we don't have to be pregnant anymore. Right? What do you want?
But I actually enjoyed being pregnant. It
what do you look
said right here. So in the US, it's estimated that the average base cost of one IVF cycle falls somewhere between $14,000 and $20,000. You know that I've had patients come in that were doing IVF that had to like put their houses up on like a second mortgage. Like, I mean, like so much money, which I think is a robbery. I mean, I really do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because in my mind, I'm like, people who are trying to get pregnant. These are women and families who either are struggling to get pregnant on their own, they want to have a child, they want to be able to go through that process, and you're going to charge $14,000 to $20,000 to have them do that, to help them do that, bro. That's bullshit.
Crazy. But yeah, really, it's like, all right, that's great. Okay, if you don't have to get pregnant, maybe some women would be like, "Oh my God, I don't have to, go through that whole process."
It's about the body. It's about my body doesn't have to change.
Right. And people might be into this, but
that's a cute baby.
Then we got to think about the aftermath of this. Like, what happens when the baby is in your belly. There's all kinds of emotional connections. There's like, like hormones and stuff that you're, sharing. There's a lot of, there's 9 months of bonding that goes on there that people are not thinking about when they think about this shit.
Well, I have a feeling, like, if we read more into it, I have a feeling the way it was set up was most likely set up as close as they can get it to being in the womb. I'm pretty sure, because there's no way that they would do it without. So I'm pretty sure that they at least had, like, I don't know, there had to have been like some sound of a heartbeat in there somewhere, that like I'm sure. I mean, with all the technology that we have today, if they could do this, then I'm pretty sure they set it up that there was like heartbeat listening to, or this, and the sounds of all the white noise and shit and all the stuff that's in the back. I'm pretty sure they did, which I wouldn't be shocked about. But even then with doing that, I think it's still just, it's like, it's very generic. It's not like, it's not like
Right,
an actual
because
person.
like your heartbeat is a specific heartbeat for you, the way that it
Mhm.
pumps, and it's a sound, and another woman's heartbeat might be different,
Yeah.
and their baby kind of gets a different rhythm. And maybe this is why white babies and Spanish babies don't know how to, white babies don't know how to dance or whatever, or something like that. That was kind of a
What?
joke. The rhythm. But what I'm saying
Well, if
is,
you don't know how to dance, your mom was Korean or is Korean.
yeah, Koreans don't fucking dance. They do that fucking like
What
well,
you
no,
do?
Koreans do dance.
Do they?
No, they do. They do like the break dancing and shit like that.
Oh shit! Yeah,
You know?
Asians are dope at breakdancing.
Yeah, I just don't know because my dad's white.
Um,
See, that's that white heartbeat in the.
that's that
Oh
white.
no,
Oh
but
no,
my
your
mom.
mom's
Yeah,
Korean.
that's
She's
it.
full
They
blown Korean.
debunked that shit. Then okay. But anyways, so there's all these specific frequencies probably going on in there, and like things that nobody's ever even thought about, that are like connecting the mother with the baby, right? And then hearing the sounds of their parents talking outside the womb, like for 9 months, getting used to that.
So again, I'm pretty sure that
They
they
might have
have
done. All right,
sounds
yeah.
and they have voice. Like, I'm pretty sure they have stuff like that. But again, it's not the actual experience. It's like,
Right.
it's like anything in life. Like, if you do something and it's like, what's like something compared to that, where like, oh, like, I could be like, oh, I did it, but I didn't like do it like for the, like, in the full experience. So I really don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's something like that.
So maybe in the future, it's like, you kind of do this, and then you take it home from the doctor's office, and the baby's like in like a fishbowl or some shit. You can go home and you just like carry this little balloon around all day long.
No,
And
I mean,
then
it's an actual baby when it comes out.
right. But it's like maybe they have like some device that, feeding tube and all this other shit, and they just package it up nice, and then it's still kind of like the baby's with you all the time. Maybe that's the future, is what I'm saying.
But that would be dumb.
Why? The woman doesn't have to get like her body all like fucked up and her organs moved around because she's having a baby, and then the whole process of giving birth, but you still get all the benefits of like having the baby with you all the time. They're feeling and sensing all the energy.
No. I know that. I thought you were saying that then they like give you the baby in this like thing, and then you can't really actually hold the baby. That's what I thought you were saying.
No. I'm saying during the process of it, like
developing. It's like in this like clear egg,
like a bubble,
or something, And then if it's your baby and you paid for it,
right,
then you can go there and basically like hold or talk to it while it's in its.
That's what I'm saying. You take it home. But my thing is like, what are they feeding these babies? Because the babies are supposed to be eating your
through the
food,
umbilical cord, right?
right? So they're probably gonna make up some like bullshit
Lord
fucking
knows what that baby is eating.
Some fucking poison food, some
Until
poison processed
RFK
food.
comes in, and then it'll be eating really good food.
Then it'll be eating organic.
But right now it's eating shit.
You would assume, right? Because it's not in the womb.
Well, I mean, it's
eating
drinking
some
milk
sort
right
of
now. But so actually,
but they don't drink
milk
milk when they're in the womb.
Oh, that's right, in the womb.
They're eating whatever you're eating.
Whatever I eat, they're getting nutrients from me.
So
maybe they're just giving them just nutrients.
So then the baby's gonna come out then deficient in probably something, I would assume.
That baby is cute though.
But the really big story here is 10, 15, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Is this baby going to be like emotionally, mature or whatever it is that, like, what are some things that could possibly
So my thing is
happen?
this though, is that even if, let's say, 20 years from then, you know, we see that these babies that were born this way have, mental delays, emotional delays, whatever it may be. I mean, think about the millions of people in the world who have emotional and mental delays that were actually born
Born normal.
from their mother, like, I
Yeah.
mean, so there's no difference there, like, it's like that's happening anyway.
But maybe it'll happen more often like this. And then that's something like if everybody just decided, they had a few babies, everything went great. They found some whatever food for the baby to eat, and they had this whole package, and you take your baby home in a bubble and blah, 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 blah. And then you just like open the bubble when it's time. And then you got a baby, right? And then we all start doing that because that's very convenient and great. And they've done a great thing, right? But then we don't really know the true impact of this for another fucking, 15 years when this kid is like.
Wasn't this a movie on Apple TV? I fell asleep naturally.
I don't
But
know.
remember, it was a movie. It was a couple. It was a mixed couple, and they wanted to have a baby, but they were like a part of this like new thing that came out where like you can have a baby, but it's like it's born just like this. It's done just like this. And so then you see the moms walking around with these like egg things.
Oh, maybe. I don't
It was
know.
a movie. Yeah. It was on Apple TV. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, see? And then they just like everybody
But-
talks about that, but they don't think
But then
about
there were
the
people who were also
impact.
still doing it the regular way.
Mm.
And then I guess it was like
I
this whole
vaguely remember this.
controversial thing. It was like between, it was like people doing it the regular way versus people doing it that way.
Yeah,
and it's like blah, 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 and this whole back and forth. I forgot what the movie was called.
Mm.
I'm an old school person.
I know that.
I do not like doing things.
You don't like change.
No, I like change. I just don't like doing things in like this new modern way. Like I'm okay with writing out my notes completely and not having AI dictate it for me. I'm okay with, getting pregnant and having my body turn into something else and give birth. I'm okay with an iPhone 6 that I had for so long until I got the fucking 13, like
Yeah, but then once you get the new thing, you're like, all right, for example, right? You literally up until like a couple years ago,
Mhm.
Aaliyah never had a fucking reverse camera in her fucking car ever,
Oh yeah.
right?
And I had an Audi, mind you, on
Right,
here. Shout
now-
out to Audi, and I had an Audi.
Now she's got this thing, and you can't even back up without it now.
No, now I have to have a.
So,
But so I mean, so I'm okay with change. There are just certain things that.
well, the only reason you're doing it is because the car came with it. It was like forced upon you,
Right.
and that's maybe how some of these things have to be done.
But not a baby thing. That's not gonna be
Not a
forced
baby
upon
thing.
me.
I'm talking about like AI dictating your notes. I mean,
No, I mean,
that's
I
a-
actually
that's
see
a
how
game
helpful.
changer, like
I
that-
actually do. I did read about this program that actually could do
yeah.
that for me. And I was like,
I think
oh,
it's called
that
Otter.
changed
or-
my life.
That's the one that I use.
No, it's a whole other one I saw that popped up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's lots of them now, I think.
Yeah, you literally it just does it, and then you can even give it to the patient or whatever, and they can take the transcript with them if they want to.
You can't give patients notes.
Oh, not your notes, but I mean, if it's just
I
a
mean, you can unless they,
transcription
like,
of like if they
requested them and were
wanted
like,
it,
I
yeah,
want my notes, but it's
Right,
never
right.
like a really great thing.
right.
to do, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's right there. Why waste the brain energy on pointless things like that? But if you want to be old school,
I think it's good to be old school with some things.
like you don't want one of those robots in your house.
Oh, the
right?
robots. Oh my God. No, I would never, ever, ever. First of all, robots creep me out. I think that they're very creepy. There's no way that I would be able to have a robot in my house and in my anxious, obsessive, compulsive mind, not create some crazy fucking thing that was going to happen to me in the middle of the night. This robot, like I could walk past it and be like, in my head, I'm like, Start moving. Did it move without me? Is it blinking? Da-da-da. And then I'll be sleeping, and then I'll be like thinking about what the fuck this robot's doing. Like, what? He's just like
That's why
powered down. Like, I don't believe that. Like, no, it's weird.
That's what I think about the robots at the grocery store. Like, fuck that thing. Go to fucking sleep. What are you doing anyway? What are those grocery store robots doing anyway?
What are they doing? They just beep,
Yeah, they're just like scanning shit.
beep. What are they scanning though?
I don't fucking know. Faces.
No, honestly, what are
Supposedly
they
they're
scanning?
like there to like, oh, if there's like somebody drops something like a milk or something, it's like
They're
it kind of
they're gonna clean
alerts.
it up.
I don't think it cleans it up. I think it just
doesn't
alerts.
even clean it
Yeah,
up.
I think it just like lets
Oh
them
my
know.
god!
But
that's
it's
so dumb.
it's like another. This is how they're getting, because everybody's all like, oh yeah, raise minimum wage. Okay, so they raise it, right? And didn't you just tell me somewhere
Target raised their minimum wage to $25 an hour.
But that was not everywhere, right? That was
I don't know. It just said that's just what it said. So I don't know if
yeah.
they're
So what
starting
that
it in-
means, everybody, is not that Target's like, okay, we're gonna give a minimum wage to our new minimum wage is $25,
Mm.
and we're gonna hire fucking 25,000 people to give them $25 an hour. No. We're saying, hey, we raised this, but we're only hiring 5 people a store now. We're gonna have a couple of those stupid fucking robots going around. That's what's happening. Like, I don't even understand why people want a higher minimum wage, because the higher the minimum wage, the less people are getting hired. That's just how it works. If I'm a business owner, I'm forced to fucking pay people for something that the business doesn't make. It doesn't make sense for the business to pay that amount of money to someone. Then I'm going to go get a robot or some other machine or automate some shit to replace a person. It's just common sense. So that's what's happening as you raise the minimum wage. You're getting less and less, minimum wage employees. Yeah. And then that's where the robots come in. That's why they're making the fucking robots.
A robot was so weird though. Like Kim Kardashian had it like in her house. She was like playing paper, rock, scissors, says shoot with it and shit. It was like in her car. And I'm like, this is weird. I am not about that. And it like looks like a robot.
Because
like,
think about this, right? Like, say the robots cost, I don't know, say they get it down or whatever, and it's $30,000 a year, right? That is essentially a minimum wage employee's annual pay, right? Now, you pay that one time and you got this robot for the next 50 fucking years.
I could see how they'll start replacing like secretaries and like assistants, personal assistants and stuff like that for sure. I could see how that could start happening.
Yeah, it'll all start off with like jobs that like are like, we hire people to do it, but it's like you don't.
But
really...
I wouldn't be able to have it stored in my house. That's the thing. Like it can't live in my house.
Dude, we're in our early 40s. Like, it's almost inevitable that at some point in our lives, like, we may be contemplating buying a robot.
It's not going to be living with us. Mark my word.
Park it in the garage.
December 22nd, 2024. I will never get a robot that will live in our house. It needs to be stored somewhere far away and picked up in the morning and brought to the house. I cannot, in my mind, know that I'm sleeping downstairs where there's a robot that can just flick. Something in his electrical mind could flick, and then now it's like walking upstairs to kill us or something. There's no fucking way.
Too many movies.
Possible.
We're watching too many movies.
Mike, how many times does your laptop glitch? How many times does your phone glitch? How many times does anyone's electronics glitch? Mine glitch. And then what happens is, look, I have to restart it, blah, blah, whatever it is, right? But imagine you have a robot and then the robot glitches, but like some crazy shit happens because it's glitching. Absolutely not.
The glitch is it's like cutting onions, and this is like glitch.
And then it's just like, yeah, like there's no fucking way. There's no way. No way.
Yeah, I don't know how that's all gonna play out, but I mean, it's happening. So, what are you gonna do?
Interesting.
It's happening. Yeah. What else we got?
So that was your big thing you wanted to discuss?
My big thing was that baby, and we still haven't really what are. All right, let's
Pull
just
the baby
take.
thing back up. Like you turned it off, but like there's so much information in there.
All right, hold on, let me pull it back up on the screen. Hey, what do you want to read the whole?
Well, I mean, like you want to get into it and talk about it. How do we do that without really actually going through the article?
Well, let's maybe we pull up like a YouTube video on it.
No, then the audio is gonna cut out.
No, we can. I know how to make the audio. Sorry about the last episode, by the way, guys. My whole drone episode got fucked up because it didn't play the video.
It says the Fertillo procedure differs from traditional IVF because it takes ovarian support cells derived from human-induced pluripotent stem cells and co-cultures them with an immature egg to mimic the natural egg maturation process in the lab. Now, ask me if I
do you even know what you just
understood anything that I just read. I don't. I mean, I have a gist. You know, I can have like a gist of it. But you know, Jesus, this is like I need like
it's a whole thing. Yeah, I know.
Break this down for me.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, basically what they're doing is they're
this is in like
babies
Australia,
outside
so
of
like, because this company, Gameto, whatever it's called, partnered with
Game 2,
Australia-based IVF clinic, making the Fertillo approach available to patients at select clinics throughout the country. So this is Australia. That means that Gameto has regulatory clearance for Fertillo in Australia, Japan, Argentina, Paraguay, Mexico, and Peru. The US may be next, with the company preparing for phase 3 trials there.
Great.
Interesting.
No, what I really wanted to get into is like, what are the potential mental repercussions in this child down the road? I mean, can we think of any?
Lots, but I want to first go into what they're saying in terms of positives. He's saying, so the ability to mature eggs outside the body within minimal hormonal intervention significantly reduces risks such as ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome and alleviates the side effects caused by high hormone doses that lead at... Okay. And again, I'm like, what is this ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome? Is that like is it like a really bad thing? Ovarian hyperstimulation.
The ability to mature eggs outside the body. Oh, so they're putting it back in the body after this? No, this is
no, the eggs are maturing outside of the body. Then they're actually putting the egg into the person, I believe.
First baby conceived via breakthrough fertility. This might not even be the right thing.
No, it is. This was
that was the picture,
me.
yeah.
But I don't think it's actually being born in some kind of like. First of all, you need to read the full article.
Hold on, let me put in another thing here. First,
this is what happens when you don't think about what you're going to talk about before you get on air.
First baby born outside of womb, right?
Yeah, just try that, see what happens. But I don't think that is what happened.
We may one day grow babies outside the womb.
I don't think that's what happened. They matured the eggs outside of the womb.
And then they put it back in?
Right.
Oh, so that avoids all the hormones, injections.
Exactly.
And stuff.
Okay, which is why they're comparing it to IVF.
Right. Miracle baby developed outside the womb is... Here, what's this?
That was in 2018.
What the fuck? Give me some new shit here. Jesus Christ.
Well, because again, I think that you just read that article wrong. I think that you understood it just incorrectly. It was never growing outside of the womb. The eggs were matured outside the womb.
Let's check this one out. Okay. We may one day grow babies outside the womb, but there are many things to consider first. Well, this is a European article here.
Of course. So yeah, so okay, so now it makes a little more sense as to what they're doing, and then now I understand that, and that's something that again, if people were looking, and it's clearly cheaper, is from what they're saying too, because they're comparing it to the prices of IVF, which is
Hold on.
$14,000 to $20,000.
Let's read this real quick. Says research groups around the world are exploring the possibility of artificial gestation, which is, I guess, having a baby, right? For instance, one group successfully grew a lamb in an artificial womb for 4 weeks. Australian researchers have also experimented with artificial gestation for lambs and sharks. What's Australia's deal with fucking doing this shit?
It's probably this company, Gamma2.
Fucking Gam2.
Okay, but we're clear now that
yes,
this
that didn't happen. Okay.
It's just the eggs maturing outside of the body.
But clearly they're talking about all this shit.
Australia is.
What is an artificial womb? Growing a baby outside of the womb is known as ectogenesis. And we're already using a form of it when premature infants are transferred to humid cribs. Oh, yeah, go ahead. You don't like my reading?
You know I don't, but I love you.
Go ahead, read it.
Okay, thanks. When premature infants are transferred to humid cribs to continue their development in a neonatal unit, that's partial ectogenesis. That's partial ectogenesis. But again, we have to understand like what ectogenesis actually really means.
Ectogenesis means outside of the womb.
Oh, that's what they're saying? Okay.
Yeah. But the artificial womb could extend the period of the fetus. So it's they're still all right. So they're still developing this bubble that I'm talking about, which there's so many. All right. So there's way too many variables. They haven't come up with this.
This is not going to happen while we're still alive.
Well, I don't know about that. Look at this. They got a lamb. Okay, here's this. We got to play this one. There's a lamb in a fucking bag.
Artificial womb.
Jesus Christ. What are you seeing is a lamb fetus. Holy Jesus. It's like a dark bag. It's like, yeah, like UV lights and shit. Okay, we kind of got to like read everything like out loud so the people that are listening can hear. 30,000 before human tests? You're gonna do this with human baby? So listen, these babies aren't even being born in the womb, though. In the bubble, no,
they were born
but they're premature, yeah.
Right, they're just coming out premature, and we want them to continue to grow so that they can actually have more successes in terms of medically, etc. So then they put them in this other artificial womb to basically help them continue to grow. So that's interesting. But I feel like 3 to 5 years is like too soon to be
putting your premature baby in a bag.
I'm just gonna, like, a mother would have to literally be like, yes, I'm willing to sign off on this experiment.
Dude, people do crazy things.
My baby in a, there's no way I'm doing, unless.
Yo, did you hear about that fucking lady, like, from I think she like crossed the border illegally or something. She had a baby in a gas station She delivered the baby in the gas station. She said that she didn't even know that she was pregnant. She went into the bathroom and left the fucking baby in there head first into the toilet.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. You may pull that shit up.
No.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she like left the place and like went back across the border, but I think they caught her. Yeah. It's fucked up.
Oh my God.
And then she's saying that she didn't know that she was pregnant and she just went in there and then
It doesn't matter what she says.
yeah.
I don't even care if you didn't know you were pregnant. You fucking knew you were pregnant
You
when,
knew you were
when
pregnant
the
when
baby
the
came out of
baby-
you and
baby
you
hit
still
the
left
toilet.
it in the fucking toilet. Like, come on.
Jesus. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh
Fucking
my
crazy.
God.
I don't know how I just got on that. What did I say? Oh, baby in a bag.
Yeah. Baby in a bag. That's
So
the
yeah,
name of this episode.
we're
Um,
3 to 5 years from premature baby in a bag.
I think that's too soon. That's crazy. I don't think it's going to happen in 3 to 5 years. That's nuts. No one's going. Who's going to sign off on that?
But if they said that, you know, it clearly worked with the lambs where it helped them develop more.
Yeah, I get
you
it,
know?
but that's a lamb, and this is my actual child.
Yeah. So would you want your child to not have developed lungs, properly developed lungs?
I mean, you know, there are like lots of preemies that are born into this world that are perfectly fine. Like a lot.
Yeah. Well, what they just said there is that as soon as the air hits the lungs, they stop developing. So what this scenario would do is like they would take it out and without breaking the bubble, right? They put it in this bag, so the lungs keep developing.
I can't even imagine.
That's crazy.
You'd be like, yes, do that to Soul, and then we would just look at Soul in a fucking
Just
bag.
look at her. That'd be crazy.
No
That'd be
effing
crazy.
way. Absolutely not.
Not right now, but when everybody's doing it in 10 years. I mean, we put her in a fucking incubator thing.
Yes, she had to. She went to the NICU.
Well, that's what they'll say in 10 years. You have to.
A bag is not an incubator.
It's
the incubator. I can touch her. We put our hands in there with
Dude,
her.
I can guarantee
talking to her.
I can guarantee you 50 years ago, people were like, no fucking way am I putting my newborn baby in this fucking box, this glass box that you're giving me.
When did the incubator first come out?
Oh my God.
No, don't Google that.
You don't want to go?
No, we have to wrap up.
But it wasn't like, it was like in our parents' lifetime, I think.
I don't know.
For sure.
Interesting. All right. Well, this is the end of Keanvenient Truth. Is this the last Keanvenient Truth of 2024?
Yes, before not 2024.
No, because we have
Christmas.
one more. But it's the last one before Christmas.
And then we'll have one before New Year's.
We'll have one more before New Year's. So I hope everyone has a happy holiday, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate. And we will see you guys next Sunday.
Next week. Have a nice holiday.
Happy holidays.